Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Liana Technologies webinar. It's 10 o'clock here in Finland, and it's safe to say it's freezing outside, middle of December. Welcome, everybody, all around the places wherever you are, and we are going to having an interesting topic today: advanced level marketing automation. But before we start, let's see who we have here today. So beside me, there's Jussi Kuparinen. Good morning.
Good morning, Harri, and all the listeners.
Jussi, could you tell us a little bit about what are you doing at the Liana?
Yeah, I'm working as a business director in marketing automation here, and basically about the background, I've been working with email marketing and marketing automation for the past 10 years or so. So that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I myself, I'm working as a webinar marketing specialist now. Just in next March 2022, it's coming 2 years here at Liana, and basically what I'm doing, I'm hosting and producing our webinars, and then I also use quite a lot daily basis marketing automation. So I hope I have some cool insight, user level insight to share with you. But and I would like to remind that everyone who has registered in this webinar are going to get a recording later tomorrow, and after the webinar there's a short survey, so you can answer and give us some feedback so we can develop our contents in the future to be even more better. But Jussi, tell us, what are we going to talk about today?
Yes, we're going to talk about customer data and how to use it as a basis of marketing automation. We are going to talk about different kind of data sources, how to integrate to CRM systems, e-commerce platforms, and different social media platforms, for instance. And then we are going to talk about segmentation and targeting your audiences in a really personalized manner. And last, we are going to talk about customized reporting, how to use reports to develop your marketing activities, and some integration to analytic tools are also covered.
That's cool. And there's a question section in GoToWebinar where you can send us privately a question anonymously. We're not going to say any names, and you can send your message during this webinar, and in the end we're going some questions through, depends how much we have time, and if we don't have time to answer to all the questions, we'll come back to those questions afterwards. So no problem with that. But let's go for today's topic. Shortly, Liana Technologies, if we are not that familiar for you, we are offering cloud-based solutions for digital marketing for the marketers and for PR people. As we speak here inside Liana, Liana crew, members of Liana crew, we have over 200 digital professionals globally, and over 3,500 customers as well globally, and multiple times award-winning SaaS company. So that's Liana Technologies in a nutshell. But now into the topic itself. For the beginning, a short question for you. So the question is, are you planning to have marketing automation tool into your organization over the next 3 to 6 months? And I will launch the poll now. So there's 2 options to answer, yes or no. So this is a sort of warm-up for today's topic. And as we're waiting for this, is there anything you would like to comment about getting a marketing automation tool? I can say that since we have used marketing automation for our webinar marketing, my daily life at work has become much easier.
Yeah, I guess it's in a way that when you start working with marketing automation at the very first beginning, of course you need to work to get the things done, but afterwards it will help your daily life very much.
Yeah,
saves time from the manual things you would need to do otherwise.
That's true, and we are having currently we have one webinar per week, so it's crucial that all the systems are ready behind, and then it's just a little modification here and there. But let's see see the results. So 100% says yes. So that's wonderful, great to hear. And let's see what we can give some hints and tips for the usage in the future.
I guess that's why they are listening this webinar.
Yeah,
they have plans.
Yeah, they have plans. Let's begin with customer data and how to use it through integration. So Jussi, what are we looking at?
Okay, this is an image how we see this digital customer journey in Liana. We use this quite a lot to emphasize different endpoints and the different processes behind this customer journey. So basically from getting the customers aware of your services and your products in the evaluation phase in online, and after the purchase decision, there is this loyal customer program, customer loyalty programs, and upselling and cross-selling campaigns, in which you can use marketing automation to. And this image emphasizes the meaning of marketing automation and all the different use cases and phases where you can utilize marketing automation in order to get the customers aware on your services, and then after the purchase decision you can entitled the customer relationship with marketing automation.
So in the almost in all parts of customer path, there's certain points that you can really use and get some beverages from marketing automation and benefits.
Yeah, there's a huge range of different use cases with marketing automation, and today we are going to cover many of those through case examples, just to get the ideas to you guys if there are like ways to use marketing automation that you are not yet doing, because it's not only about lead nurturing and lead generation, but it's all about a whole lot of different things.
So me myself, I'm a marketing, so tell me and for the watchers that what do I need to really fuel up my marketing automation?
Yeah, the way I see marketing automation, the segmentation and the precise personalization and the timeliness of your messages are the key factors to get the marketing activities really effective. And marketing automation makes it possible to reach these targets. It makes possible to be on exactly right time with your messages and personalize correctly. So it's not possible with the manual activities. You couldn't hurry do all those things that marketing automation is doing for you with these webinars, because you're running so many webinars all the time. So and the information and the data is the key factor here. The more you know about your customer, the more precise you can be. And so that's why we are talking a lot about data today. The data is actually the thing fueling up your marketing activities. And handling a lot of data, you need these automated processes of marketing automation, because manually it's just impossible. The way we see in the next slide, there is the landscape of
talking about catering data. How do I ever can manage all this?
Yeah,
is it more crucial that I like to recognize that which data is really valuable for us?
That's exactly so, because there are a whole lot of different solutions. Of course, not a single organization is using all these thousands of different solutions, but
hopefully not.
But you marketers know that with your work you need to handle over a dozen solutions, and the pieces of data of your customers are in a lot of different solutions. So the first thing when starting marketing automation process is to think where is my data, which data I need to create these processes, and yeah.
So it's time to like recognize that we know what data we need, and then we have to figure out that where the data is.
Yeah, like I said, it's in different solutions, different platforms, and marketing automation, in a nutshell, to us, marketing automation tool is a database or platform where you collect all the different data from different data sources, which you need in order to have effective marketing automation processes and messages to the customers. So it comes to integrations. You need to import data from CRM or eCom platform or ERP solutions or different kind of solutions. And then again, marketing automation is not the main solution as a data storage on a company level, so to speak. It's the solution gathering and using data from different solutions in order to create effective marketing messages to the customers. So I would say that majority of the customer data should be in CRM, of course, but in many cases, let's say website behavior data is something that you don't have there in CRM. So you need to combine these data points from different tools. Yeah. And then we go to integrations.
Yeah. So you talk about that the CRM should be the main place where the data is. So CRM integration in practice, what I need to know?
Yeah, usually when we start these project with customers, CRM is the most common thing where we need to integrate, where the customer needs to integrate to. So in a way, these data import events are the things that trigger these marketing automation activities. So you create the logic in marketing automation tool, you create the segments there, and they are the ones triggered. The data imports are the events that trigger these marketing automation journeys in a way. So in many cases, the data is also exported back from marketing automation to the CRM. So you can see that if the customer reacted, did they engage to your campaigns? Were they interested in certain articles there, or what is the most crucial thing for the customer? And there are, of course, different types of different ways to do integrations. If you have a really customized backend system, you typically need to have a custom API integration to that, and that's something we can help our customers. We have like the technological knowledge to create those integrations, but it's not always that complicated. You can start with easy. In some cases, our customers start having marketing automation by, let's say, once a week, importing their customer data through Excel sheet to marketing automation.
Personally, I think that up till some level, a manual XLS or CSV import is pretty good. But then again, like myself, like I said, we are having almost weekly webinars, some week even 2 webinars, one in Finnish and one in English. So I think that personally, I think that manual import is just the first step, and the faster and the sooner the better you go like to the schedule import or some integrations. It's just the manual import is not the answer for a very long time. Personally, exactly. I think that way.
Yeah, in many cases, customers do this gradually. They start like easy processes, and they do this kind of piloting and see how it goes, and then they invest more on the integrations, and they use more data sources in order to get more precise messages, more precise segmentation and personalization in a way.
Yeah. So customer programs. Now we have some data.
Yeah. So this is one example about our own processes. How do we do this? When we have a new customer of Liana mailer, the first steps are quite straightforward. With the first weeks, we share information about the product. We make sure that after the online or on-site onboarding done by our customer success managers, we share more information. We offer links to the support site, and at the first phases we do like easy to use videos, how to cope with the basic settings, things like that, and then we will move forward with more advanced support information, etc. And later on we start gradually talking about our other tools and solutions, and about our events and podcasts and webinars and things like that. And then on a later part, when we have started this upselling and cross-selling type of information sharing on those messages, we track how customers are reacting to those. So when we see that customers are engaged to some of the content, we use our tracking on those link clicks there in the emails, and we use this internal notification in the automation, so that our account managers know that these customers are interested in these kind of things. And we also create leads to our CRM. We are using Pipedrive CRM nowadays, and those leads are created automatically there. Now there's like few different concepts of MQL, marketing qualified leads, and then there's the sales qualified leads, SQLs. The way we see it, these marketing qualified leads are the ones we nurture in marketing automation. So basically, when we have new customers of Liana Mailer, they are like MQLs for the other services and solutions we offer. And when we see that there's an interest, there's an engagement, we create those sales qualified leads in the CRM system.
Yeah, that's good to clarify MQLs and SQLs.
Yeah, I guess in marketing you work quite a lot with these kind of
quite a lot
concepts.
Quite a lot. So then the cases are always something that enlightens the thing. So here we have Abu Dhabi ports.
Yeah, we try to keep this quite case concentrated today. This is an example from our Middle East region. 𝐸𝐶 is one business subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Ports, which is a big and important customer for our Middle East region, and they are doing quite similar things with marketing automation. So they have this a lot of campaigns in social media ads, in LinkedIn ads and Facebook ads, for instance, and they convert those as visitors to their landing page, and they use UTM parameters, of course, in the advertisement link, so that they can track where the leads actually come from in the first place. So from the landing page, if the customer is engaged in their messages, they start nurture them as MQLs in the marketing automation. They send targeted email messages, in this case, in marketing automation campaigns, to those leads. They track the campaign results in Liana automation, and they use these UTM parameters to track from which sources they originally came from, and then the next step will be that they will export those converted SQLs to their CRM system in a way. and for the leads as for their salespeople.
Yeah, I guess this is quite a typical way to.
Yes, that's something
process.
that how to nurture leads, and they also track about the kind of a cost per lead. They can set budget for those different campaigns and different sources of leads, so they can track how well did they manage with their LinkedIn campaigns. Is LinkedIn campaign more effective than Facebook ad campaign, for instance, and things like that.
Yeah, we're already receiving questions, a lot of questions, so please give us some more, whatever it comes to mind. There's no stupid or stupid questions at all. Every question is valuable, so please write it on the question sections. But then from Middle East to Finland, and another case.
So this is
here.
AutoVex is a Finnish kind of a car auction working online. So basically, if you have a car and you want to get rid of it, so you can have an auction in online. So you can leave your offer request here, and the car dealerships will bid on your car. And in this case, all the data is coming from their really custom-made web service, which runs their operations like fully. And previously they were handling the email deliveries of these marketing and transactional emails from there. So they didn't have visual templates, for instance, and they didn't have really tracking or analytics or reporting on the messages. So they changed to use marketing automation, and they run quite versatile automations. They're like quite even complex processes running there. And whenever you receive a new offer or your request is getting old and things like that. So they have remarkably high open rate and click-through rate in the messages because they are exactly sent in the right time to the customer based on the activities on the service or the dealership activities and things like that. And they also started using SMS messages beside those email messages, and there's good results on that because they improved their CTA by over 20% because also using different channels. So it's important to use various channels and try different channels when doing marketing automation so that you can optimize your results.
Yeah. And about those CTAs and opening rates and click-through rates, this is at least if I would use this service to sell my car, I am so interested that when I get the new PID, and like so obviously this is very personal for those who are trying to sell their car over here, or and not just trying but sell their cars.
And you get better value by having those offers from different dealerships.
That's true. Let's move on to the e-commerce side and e-commerce automations.
Yeah, so we did talk about CRMs first, and let's talk about eCom. So what data you usually need? You can do quite a lot with quite a simple data in a way. If you have the purchase date, for instance, and even the content, that's not so important in many cases. And if you have the cart abandonment event, or if you don't have it, you can work with the in many cases we can work with the page browsing event on the shopping cart URL itself. So not that many different kind of data sets, but you can do various stuff with it. So there's few cases here. So the first one is about companies selling stickers on consumers online. So basically they do this customizable labeling tickets. You can label your kids' clothes with it or things like that. So they're running this activation campaign for their inactive customers once a month. So if you haven't purchased anything on the last 30 days, they're sending messages, thank you for being our customer, here's your campaign code and things like that. So they have good results. The campaign is ongoing, but I have results from the last spring here. So they had like 40,000 contacts almost, and the campaign code were used during that period over 1,200 times, and they got new sales directly from this campaign by over 40,000 euros. So I see that that's quite good return of investment for those campaigns there.
Yeah, that's amazing result from then. And you said that campaign is still going on.
Yeah. It's an ongoing campaign.
Yeah. And then there's another case.
Yeah, another case about that cart abandonment. So this is this kind of a local department store, which is actually growing quite big in online sales. So they didn't have actually the cart abandonment event available from their eCom platform, but we could work with their page browsing data. We track the page browsing, and when we see that there's a visitor browsing the shopping cart URL, and there's no purchase with that same visitor, then we can see that, okay, this abandoned their cart, and they are sending these reminders about that, and they have really good results. Their click-through rate, so they can get over 40% of those cart abandoners back to review their cart content. We don't have the actual numbers about how many of those really bought, but it's a good result if you can get almost half of your cart abandoners back to review your purchases.
Should we move on?
Yeah, we can go more.
Yeah, and then about e-commerce integrations.
Yeah, we about that. CRM systems are many times they are quite custom made and custom data models used, but in e-commerce the good thing is that many times all the customers using the same eCom platform, they have the quite same data model, so it makes things a bit easier when it comes integrating data and creating those workflows and things like that. But there are differences between different solutions. Can you get the abandonment data directly, or can you get the updated orders directly, or do you need to do more customized integrations? In this case, the examples are about Zapier application and integrations, which we use quite a lot with different solutions. So just a reminder, when you design and plan on having marketing automation on eCom, there might be differences between different platforms. What data can we use directly?
And then we also promised to talk about this advanced segmentation. And for the beginning, we did marketing automation survey earlier this year. And one question we asked was that, in your opinion, what are the main benefits of marketing automations? And personally, I would have answered the exact same.
Me too.
Improved targeting of messages with over 60% answers. So this tells a lot.
This tells a lot. The way I said earlier already, that the way I see it, the segmentation, the precise personalization and timeliness are the key factors of non-effective marketing. So marketing automation helps you with those things.
Yeah, and on the second podium, and also at podium, there are improved efficiency, ROI in marketing and improved customer experience. But yeah, the improved targeting of messages was the winner. Yeah. So segmentation in practice.
Yeah, we like to keep things practical, and here's like a practical example how to do that segmentation. We talk a lot about segmentation. Maybe you guys do that with your daily work too, but just to keep things practical, an example how that segmentation actually is done. So here we can combine two different data sources. We combine online store data, the order data, with page browsing data. So here's an example how you can set that you want to have the segment, the target group of people who bought an iPhone that paid more than 50 euros. And they also have been visiting iPhone 13 web page on your website within the last 30 days. So just to give you an idea that you can do quite complex things. It's really flexible and scalable how to produce and how to target your audiences.
Yeah. As I mentioned in the beginning, I'm using marketing automation daily basis at my work. So what I would like to maybe point out that the complexity of segmentation is maybe not the key. That more think like what I actually need and just make very complex segmentation, because what I think, and personally what I feel, that many times the easier way to do some segment is better than start to overthinking it.
Yeah, if you are like micromanaging your segments, you are having hundreds of different segments, you might be doing too much. Maybe you could go a bit more simpler way and try to figure out what's the sweet spot of which are the like key segments and start with those.
Then we can also use our segments in Google Ads.
Yeah, segmentation is not only in marketing automation, but it's integrated to Google Ads as well. So there's a native integration in our tool to Google Ads, so that you can retarget your segments in Google Ads also. We can also create similar integrations to Facebook Ads with Zapier on different tools, but Google Ads is like natively integrated. When doing this, you need to remember that there are also requirements from Google's end. When are you able to do this? You need to have a long history with the Google Ads and enough value spent there. And there's also differences with the segment sizes in different campaign types. So you can see there that you can do display advertisement, but you would need more contacts to do search advertisements or YouTube advertisement in a way. And it also depends about Google's ability to recognize, because basically we are now sending emails to Google, and then Google need to recognize those as their browser cookies in a way, so that they can target those ads in their network.
Yeah. And final thing for today is reporting and data visualization. And let's start with automation reports.
Yeah, I see that automation is optimization. So you need to track your results. You need to track how your campaigns are working, how the people are engaged in those. And then, of course, you need to track the single messages. So if the first two messages has a good CTA, but then the third message, the customers are not that engaged in that, you might think, try optimize if we can leave that third message out, or vice versa. If the third message is still having a really good CTA, you might want to continue the workflow with fourth message and try different channels. Try doing SMS instead and things like that. So track your results and optimize. Yeah, and the one thing that is you can also build these customized reports. Of course, you get the information about your campaigns and how the messages are working, who is clicking, and things like that. But you can also use these segments and segmentation as a basis for your reports. In the example of ADP we discussed earlier, they do this with tracking the leads they get from the campaigns. They do run a lot of campaigns, and they do have different sources. They use these UTM parameters to track how LinkedIn ads were working, how Facebook ads are working, and they can set these campaigns, kind of budgets for these campaigns, and track the cost per lead in different campaigns and different sources. And there's just an example how these are done. So you can set the chart types, you can choose the events you want to measure, and yeah.
And then once again, we can use some external solutions for reporting.
Yeah, because you don't want to have that you are not having all the data of your company's organization operations in marketing tool. You either have Google Data Studio or Microsoft Power BI in use, which can have data from your invoicing and ERP or different operational tools also. So you might want to add this marketing automation data there in Google Data Studio and create the dashboards and visualize your data there. So Data Studio is an easy way of doing it. It's a free software. We use it ourselves too at this point, and we can also help our customers to create these dashboards and views there. So you can combine data from marketing automation, but also from the operational side of your business in one view.
Yeah, it's personally, I think Google Data Studio is very good solution for like gathering how, for example, how our marketing actions works in different places, not just in marketing automation, but elsewhere as well.
Exactly.
We have talked about segmentation and reporting and analyzing and integrations. So now the question for you in the other side of cameras is that which aspect of marketing automation interested you the most? So this is interesting to hear now because we have talked about so many things. Personally, I think I love reporting and then also the utilization of customer data. How about you, Jussi? Over 10 years with marketing, cool. Segmentation is cool. Let's see in which forces we are standing with our answers today. It seems like let's give a little bit more time. It seems like customer data is leading, but yeah, after all, these all are important when you do effective marketing automation actions. So let's wait just a little more time, 10 seconds, then it's a minute. Time to vote, and here we go, 3, 2, 1, and let's close the poll and see the results. So customer data utilization is the winner today, and then advanced segmentation and reporting analytics. But this is maybe your answer was different in the beginning and now have changed, but however, we are moving to summary now, and let's hide those results so you may see the presentation again. So Jussi, time to wrap up.
Yeah, as a quick summary, like said, when you start thinking about your marketing automation processes, you don't need to be aware of all the different workflows and campaigns you are going to launch, but you should emphasize first for the data. You should think what data I really need in order to personalize and target the message precisely enough, and where is that data located. So track the different solutions and systems and platforms where you have the customer data, and start with the most important one, and then create those target groups and segments that are specified enough. Not hundreds, but maybe dozen or few dozen might be the sweet spot in order to have precise enough segmentation and targeting done.
Yeah.
So the conversion is much better when you have targeted audiences and timeliness messages, of course. And then when we talk about reports and measuring, it's really important because marketing automation is truly a process. You need to optimize all the time and try different things and be active on it. Your workload is not ending when you start these processes, but you can be much more effective.
Yeah.
Effective with your marketing, and that needs also this optimization. It's a continuous thing.
Yeah, that's true. That workload is not getting smaller, but things are happening maybe faster and more effective.
Yeah.
that's
you
maybe.
can concentrate on the actual things, optimizing, not doing the manual work.
Yeah, like I can think about what our studio look like and stuff like that more, and maybe something about with the content as well. Okay. That's about it. But now let's see if we have received any questions. So you also see the questions.
Yeah, the question is there a real-time customer profile in your stack? Do you offer a CDP, eli customer database, a customer data platform capability? Yes, basically we do. There is a real-time customer profile. You can go within one identity customer, and you can see all the history, all the data points there, what happened, what data we get, how did they react. So there's a view of all the history of that single customer.
Hope that answers for the question. And then there's some questions about our technologies compared to the others. What would you like to say about, like, maybe in common way?
Commonly I would say that the friendliness of the user friendliness of the solution is you can create those automation workflows in a drag and drop way. You can see how the flow is going, you can measure it in the same view, you can create the messages in the same view. It's like user friendly in a way. And then on the other hand, the segmentation is really flexible and scalable. You can do really a lot with the segmentation. It's really scalable in a way.
Yeah, and there's a good comment that saving time for the marketing staff, that usually ranks really high on the benefits of marketing automation. And personally, as a part of marketing staff, I can agree with that. That's a good comment. And then there's a question about how do you define your SQLs, and I think this is like how we define that in marketing automation tool.
Or is it about our like marketing processes?
Yeah, maybe in marketing process. Well, in SQLs, it's like in our marketing, as we think in our marketing, it's like when, for example, I'll give you this example. Someone attending our webinar and then maybe when she or he do the registration, we usually ask maybe something like, is this some topic that you would like to talk with us about a little bit more? And then we get that information and data. That's MQL at that point. And then after that, we are sending internal notification into our sales that these people during the registrations clearly tells that they would like to talk with us. And then as soon as our sales contact this person and, for example, have a conversation that leads to an offer, that's basically SQL at that point.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, is it?
So in a nutshell, in marketing automation, it's not a technical concept or technical thing.
Yeah.
It differs by the company. Basically, I would see it in a way that MQL is a lead that is operated and nurtured within the marketing automation. And then when it's an SQL, when it's moved to CRM or the sales to be handled. So sales handles SQLs and marketing handles MQLs, and where this exporting or migration is happening, it's about customer itself. How you run your processes. And you can set the logic when this is exported to CRM, when sale is notified about this.
That exactly. And we at the marketing, we are nurturing our MQLs like with different kind of actions, and then eventually this information is going to CRM, and we see more and more actions that happen for that MQL, and then at some point it's going to be an SQL.
You can use lead scoring there, or some different triggers in a way there.
But maybe we can have a webinar about MQLs and SQLs in the future. But thanks for all the questions. Let's see if there's more. No more questions. In the front of my eyes, I don't see any more.
If there's something, we can get back to those.
If
something important is missing.
If something comes to mind, you can still hit the question in the survey, which is launched right after we are ending this webinar. But I think it's time to say thank you for all the viewers, and thank you, Jussi.
Thank you, Harri.
Once again to come as a guest to this webinar.
It was my pleasure.
Always. And recording of this webinar for all the registered is coming tomorrow, and quick survey after the webinar. And that's about it for the 2021. We have one more webinar coming in Finnish side, but as an international view, this was the last one for this year. And but don't you worry, we are coming back in next year for sure. Please give us some feedback and about the topics you would like to hear in the future and in next year. But at this point, I think it's safe to say have a nice Christmas time and happy holidays and stuff.
Good stuff.
Thank you everyone, and see you around. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.